I go lie for you. Igbo ló pọ̀ jù lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń kú fún yín tàmí lẹ́sẹ̀ ẹlẹ́yọ̀ ti súnmọ́ o, gbogbo wọn ti kókó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Most of them wọ́n ti wà lẹ́yìn odi. Ẹlòmíì ń gbé láfẹ́wá, ẹlòmíì ń gbé láyétòrò. That is Ogun State. From Opo Junction is Ogun State. Mo lọ ṣe kéèsì kan ní side Ògìjò, side nìkan lógìjò. Nígbà tí màá débẹ̀ ní Kòròdú ni o. Nígbà tí màá débẹ̀ mo ní àtìsí olé wọn ní Ogun State ni mo ní ẹjọ́ ẹ tó láti wá sí kéèsì mo ní kójọ kó má bínú o, Lagos èlèmí ń jà fún. Mo wá rí àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ Èkó. So gbogbo ṣáàjáde wọn wá kí ni bàrán àwọn amáríṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ àbá. Ìbọn ní o ní eléyìí ní Mushin, eléyìí Sùúrùlérè, eléyìí Ìkọ̀tún, ojú ẹlẹ́gbàá gbogbo wọn ti wà ní sáìdì ibẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ ni gbogbo ọ̀sán ọmọ oníṣẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ní wọ́n ní níbo owó ilé Èkó ló fẹ́ pa wọ́n. Náà fi wá rẹ̀ tí lé síbẹ̀ yẹn o.
The bulldozers are back in Lagos. Shops are crashing, markets are falling, and thousands of families are being thrown into uncertainty. The official explanation: illegal structures, but Lagosians are asking, is this really about building permits and drainage? Or is there a deeper, silent plan to change the future of Lagos ahead of the 2027 elections? Because if you look closely, you will notice something striking. Almost every demolition wave targets markets and building, where Igbos are the majority. And that raises the uncomfortable question: is Lagos quietly trying to push the Igbos out before 2027? Let's begin today's analysis with Igbo dominance in Lagos. Let's be honest, the Igbo presence in Lagos is massive. From Alaba International Market to Ladepo, from Balogu to Trade Fair, from Computer Village to Festac, Igbos dominate the commercial heartbeat of Lagos. They are landlords, tenants, developers, and entrepreneurs. They are the traders who turn a swamp into a city, who build malls out of sand-filled wetlands, who turn shanties into skyscrapers. And politically, their numbers are no joke. In 2023, Peter Obi, an Igbo man, defeated Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his own Lagos for the first time in decades. The myth of Lagos as Tinubu's untouchable fortress was broken. That single moment changed everything. Let's see the fear of 2027. Now imagine what happens if that repeats in 2027. If Igbos remain strong, united, and present in Lagos, they can tilt not only presidential outcome in Lagos, but also influence the governorship. That fear is real among Lagos ruling class. And history shows that when political elites are afraid, they don't just fight at the ballot box. They fight with policies, laws, and sometimes bulldozers. By demolishing markets and displacing Igbo populations, Lagos weakens their voter strength. Families forced out of Lagos before 2027 cannot line up to vote again. Traders whose businesses are gone are too distracted by survival to organize politically. This is not just about demolitions, it is about power. Let's see the politics of demolition. Yes, Lagos insists these are illegal structures, but let's ask, why do demolition campaigns always hit Igbo-dominated markets hardest? Why do they happen in politically tense seasons? Why are excuses like built on drainage or no permit applied selectively? The truth is that demolitions have become a tool of ethnic and political control. Take Alaba International Market. For example, billions of naira in goods, hundreds of shops, and countless livelihoods tied to Igbo entrepreneurs. Or the recent demolition threats at Ladepo Market, another Igbo-dominated hub. These aren't just random spots. They are economic strongholds, and destroying them sends a clear political message. This is not your city. Let's see the history of anti-Igbo politics in Lagos. And this hostility isn't new. In 2015, the late Obalikwan Akiolu of Lagos warned Igbos that if they didn't vote for his candidate, they would be thrown into the lagoon. That was not a joke. It was an open threat.
On Saturday, if any one of you, I swear in the name of God Almighty Allah, goes against my view that Ambode, inshallah, will be the next governor of Lagos State. The person will die inside this. I'm not ready to beg appeal to anybody.
Benit Numbu, now Nigeria's first lady, once openly confronted Igbo communities, warning them to behave themselves in Lagos.
Igbo tó bá lè ti fẹ́ Yorùbá ká jogún ẹ̀ a máa jogún yín ni a máa jogún gbogbo Igbo tó wà lẹ́nu yìí wọ́n lọ ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn ojú wa lẹ́nu jẹ́ a máa ṣe a máa jogún yín ni agbára jẹ́.
During the 2023 governorship election, we all saw the ugly scenes: Igbos beaten, profiled, and prevented from voting in parts of Lagos. People openly shouted, "If you are Igbo, don't vote here."
You don't even vote APC for a year. Go your house. Nobody force you come here. Go out. So if I see you vote another, I will go look at. If I see you vote another part,
Even Badaboro's Vivor, GRV, who is Yoruba by father, was branded an Igbo candidate because of his mother.
It has been under the rule of people that only bring about thuggery and violence every 4 years when they have had the opportunity to do.
Meanwhile, Tinubu himself is from Oshun. Fashora's roots tied to Ogun. Sanwo-Olu's family background is questioned, yet no one told them to go back home. So, why is the Igbo always the outsider in Lagos, even after decades of sweat and sacrifice? Let's see Ojukwu's warning and Awolowo's policy. This was exactly what Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu warned about. He told Igbos not to build their future in Lagos land because one day they might lose everything. History proves him right. After the Civil War, Chief Obafemi Awolowo's 20 pounds policy meant that no matter how much money an Igbo man had in the bank before the war, he was only given 20 pounds after. Properties in Lagos and Port Harcourt were declared abandoned and seized. Yet, from that humiliation, Igbos rose again, rebuilt their businesses, and reclaimed their place in Nigerian society. Now, with trade fair and Alaba under bulldozers, Ojukwu's warning is re-echoing loudly again. But who really built Lagos? The biggest irony is this: Lagos is what it is today, not because of the Yoruba alone, but because of the combined sweat of all Nigerians, and the Igbos played a central role. Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu, father of Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, built some of the first skyscrapers in Victoria Island. Igbo developers turned swamps in Aja, Ojo and Lekki into thriving communities. Igbo traders created the economic lifelines that keep Lagos running. Computer Village, Barogun, Alaba, Ladipo, Trade Fair. So when politicians say Igbos are strangers in Lagos, ask them who built the houses, who pays the rent, who fuels the markets, who builds the roads with their tax money. Let's see the real agenda. The pattern is too clear to ignore. This is not about town planning. It is about 2027. The demolitions are a political strategy to weaken Peter Obi's support base, reduce Igbo numbers, and silence a community that shocked the establishment in 2023. It is a silent plan dressed in bulldozers, a war without bullets, a battle for Lagos, and by extension, for Nigeria's future. But history also shows something else. Every time Igbos are suppressed, they rise again, stronger, more united, more determined. So, here is the big debate. Should the Igbos pull back and redirect their wealth to the east, avoiding this endless cycle of hostility? Or should they stand their ground and claim Lagos as a city that belongs to all Nigerians? Because this battle is bigger than demolitions. It is about identity. It is about justice. And ultimately, it is about who gets to decide the future of Lagos and Nigeria in 2027.